right, this is the instruction video for Monster. Okay, so remember a few things here. First of all, we got to go get pictures off Google Images that are high res, which means that they're minimum in size when you hover over it and look at the bottom right corner in Google Images, that it shows a number that's bigger than 1,000 by 1,000. Okay, so we're looking for high res images, please, high res images. All right, and just a few examples of what your monster could look like. So you need to get images off Google Images, right, off the web, of various body parts, a minimum of 2 arms, 2 legs, and a body, and you can accessorize too. But you have to have a minimum of 5 different characters or things. All right, you could see that Larry used a roll of tape for one of his legs, so it can be a thing. Also, here's another one where an hourglass was used for the body, and another one here. Right, so there could be animated characters, it could be actual, people, whatever you want to use to make your monster. But it's got to be your head. Okay, so I'm going to go through the steps to do that right now. All right. So first, of course, you've got to you have to go get your images and copy them, or save them, not copy, but copy. Right-click over the image. We went over this, for getting Google Images. And save image as, save it into your either your downloads folder or your documents. All right. Once you get your minimum of 5 different images, right? You have the body parts. You can't use the same the legs from the same picture. You have to have a separate leg, right? Separate arm, so that you're actually genuinely getting 5 different body parts minimum, as a minimum. You can swap out the hands if you want, various things. Be creative with it. As far as the background goes, we're going to use an AI generator app in Adobe to generate an appropriate background image once you've made your monster. So first, construct your monster, then put your head on it, then decide what would be an appropriate background. Okay? So we're going to start in Photoshop. So go to the blue PS. Okay, and we want to click New File, and we want to click Print, and we want to call this Monster, and I'm just going to put Demo. You don't have to put Demo. I'm just calling it. I'm just going to put that. Okay, so call it Monster, and I think that's all good. Make sure you're on Print, Monster, click Create. Make sure you are on the Essentials, and sometimes you might need to reset Essentials if some of the things are missing. Okay, I'm going to do a Command 0 so I get the biggest view. Notice the tab up here is got the name of your project, right? This tab here is this document here. All right, we're going to open up another one right now to get our first body part. So I'm going to go up here to File, Open. And I'm going to browse to the first part I want to get. So I'm going to go to my Batman image, and I'm going to click Open. Now it's going to open up on a separate tab, right? I can click on the tab to get to the different ones that I need. All right. I'm going to use the lasso tool. You'll find the lasso tool if you're on a single toolbar here. It's the 3rd tool down. You'll have to click and hold to open up the rest of the tools in here. And the lasso tool is the second tool. It's the second tool here. Okay, and it kind of works like a pair of scissors for cutting. So I want to cut out Batman's arm here. I'm going to use this arm, right? So let me come in off the shoulder. The wings would have been cool too, but I have to get another picture for that. It's okay, just kind of come in. If you mess up or let go of, don't let go of the mouse, but if you do, and it doesn't get what you want, just do a Command D to deselect and start again. Okay, so use the Command D to deselect if you need to. Takes a little bit of time to get used to this. Okay, you'll have, once you're done, you end where you start. You should get a marching ant trail all the way around what you selected, what you cut out. Now we're going to go up to the very top tool here, the Move tool. Click on that. And we're going to click, hold, and drag. Now watch what I do. I'm going to go all the way up with my mouse without letting go. And I'm going to hover over the Monster tab. Then I'm going to come back in and into my design area and then let go. Okay, then I'm going to let go. Alright. And it's got the edit boxes around it, so I can resize it. And I can rotate it as needed. Alright. And that gets me one item. And also notice over here it comes in on a separate layer. So that makes it nice. If I do want to clean it up, I can use E for the eraser tool. E right here, the eraser tool. And remember, it's a brush, so I can use the bracket key next to the letter P's. Next to the letter P, the bracket keys. Next to the right of letter P on the keyboard. The first one will make it smaller. The next one to the right of that will make the brush bigger, and I can kind of come in. I can use the zoom tool, Z for zoom, and zoom in on it, and then back to my E for eraser tool. And I could come in here, and if I mess up, it's Command Z, right? I could come in here and just do a little, probably need to make the brush a little smaller. I could come in here with the eraser tool and kind of clean it up a little. But don't make it perfect. It's okay if it looks like it was cut out. Kind of going for that look on this assignment, okay? So don't feel like it has to be perfectly up against the edge of the image. But use the eraser tool to clean it up a little bit. Okay, and Command 0 to zoom back out once you're done with your zoom. Okay, and now I'm done with the Batman tab image. So I'm going to go up here to that. I'm up here now. I'm going to go up here and click that X. Okay, and now I need to get another body part. So I'm going to go File, Open. File, Open. And let's see, go with LeBron. I'm going to get the other arm here, click open, back to the lasso tool. And again, LeBron is on a separate tab now. Make sure you know where you're at. I'm going to go get this arm here. Okay, well that was pretty bad. But you got the idea. You would just do a Command D if you needed to, right? Okay, let's say I did a good job with that. It's just for the sake of this training video and how long it's going to be. So I'm going to click, use the Move tool, do the same thing, bring that in, let go. Don't forget to not let go of that mouse until you bring it into your document here. Hopefully you saw that. And remember, on these training videos, you can rewind, fast forward, pause, whatever you need to do to get to the right spot. If you do have the, click the check marks up here if you do have those edit boxes around. Let's say you want to work on this guy now. If it's not giving you the edit boxes, do a Command T for resizing. Do a Command T, okay, and then check that box up at the top or hit the return key on the keyboard to get out of the Command T mode. Alright, so I got my two arms. I still need to get a torso, my body, and then the two legs. But let's assume, for the sake of making this training video shorter, because you're doing the same thing again and again and again, that I've built my monster. Now I got to put my head on it. So you're going to use Photo Booth, and use the effects to come up with what look you might want. Okay, I might go with this guy. And make sure you click, hold, and drag the picture you want out to the desktop when you take your picture with the Photo Booth. And then you'll be able to go get it from your desktop. So go File, Open, and then click on your desktop and get your picture. And then use the lasso tool to cut your head out. Okay. Your head out. And I'm just doing this real quick for sake of the video. Alright, so you're going to do the same thing. Go up to that tab, come back in, and remember we're using layers. Everything comes in on a new layer. right over here, right? A new layer. So you can control what layers on top and what layers on the bottom based on where the layer is at here. Whatever's listed first would be on top. So my head's at the top of the layer list, therefore it's going to be above everything else, right? So you control what goes on top of what based on that. All right, so once I get done, do a file save as. If you need to leave, do a file save as and make sure it's saved in your documents folder, and make sure it stays as a Photoshop document, and click save and click OK. Afterwards, now I just have to do a Command S to save. All right. Once you get your monster done with your head on it, now we need to go get a picture for our background before we're done. So to do that, we're going to go to Chrome and we're going to go to MrJaffe.net. Right. So, right, new tab. Click on Teacher if it doesn't come up to MrJaffe.net right away. And go to Links and go down here to Firefly. Firefly is a website that Adobe has to create images. And we want to put an appropriate background, so I'm going to put whatever. See, I could say, I could put in beach. If I want a beach scene, then I put pirate ship, let's say, and treasure. So put some keywords in. Gotta spell that right. And then let's see what Adobe would generate with those words. Okay, it gives me 4 images. And let's see, you could choose between artwork or photos. Okay, you can change. We can clean up. We can make changes to the parameters of this generation. Text to image generator. We don't want square, we want portrait to match up with our document that we have, with our monster document. I'm going to stay with art. Go ahead and generate it again. Click generate again so that you get the right size. So here we go. Here's some new ones here. Some of these are pretty cool. If there's one you want, then click on the upscale. Make sure you click on the upscale the image. So I'm going to take this image, I'm going to upscale it so that it's not pixelated when I drag it in. Otherwise, it's going to be really small. It'll be too small for this assignment. Okay? Once you upscale it, then download it. Click download. All right, and now it's downloaded. I'm going to click close there. I'm done with this. I'm going to go back to Photoshop, go back to my assignment, and I'm going to go File, Open, in my downloads, and you should see that Firefly beach scene that you made, or whatever it is, right? Opens up on a separate tab. So I'm going to click, hold, and drag it up and back in, just like I did with the rest of the items. It's going to come in on a new layer. I want to drag that layer and bring it all the way to the bottom so that it's right above the background layer, or even becomes the background layer, and I'm going to stretch it all out so that this fits perfectly. It should fit. It should be a perfect fit. There might be a little bit of a gap. That's no big deal. There we go. Okay. And that would conclude your monster, how you make your monster. So now we're done. So Command S to save it. Command S to save. If you get that, where that transforms, click apply, whatever it is, save it. And now we want to export it. So File, Export, Export As, File, Export, Export As. Wait for it. Save it as a JPEG. All looks good. Click Export. And it's going to go and make sure it goes into your document. It's going to be monster.jpg in your documents folder. There you go. You're done. Now submit it to Schoology and put this on your photo page on your Wix page, on your Wix photo page. All right? Good job. Have fun with this. That concludes this video.